Hey everybody, and welcome back. This is Matthew Boyle from Legendary Language Learner, and today I have another novel idea that I came up with for you that can help you to advance your language learning. And it is basically adapting chess for the purpose of language learning, or maybe checkers. So I'm going to explain to you how to do that today. Before we dive in, I want to warmly welcome you to like and subscribe so you can support what I do and be aware of when I post new videos. I tend to post a new video every Saturday these days. All right, so how do we do this and how does it work? Well, basically, I only had 4 tools, maybe 5, to make this happen. I just had a ruler, a pencil, a dry erase marker, my chess pieces, and then obviously the table. So that's all you need to do this. What makes this really cool is you hardly need anything to make it. It only takes a few minutes. I whipped this up in literally about 15 minutes. And I suppose you could make it a lot better than me with a little extra time and effort. But I just wanted to demonstrate how quickly and cheaply we can, boom, put this together and start using it. So there's a great advantage of using the dry erase marker because you can draw this board onto practically any table that you might have, and it's not going to harm your table. And you can also make it really big. I actually made it smaller than I wanted to today so it would fit more conveniently onto the camera. But that created a side effect, which is the words are a little too small and hard to see clearly. I didn't have much space to write these word categories. So I would recommend you make the board as big as possible and enjoy making it so big on your table and constructing the board with the other players that you're going to be playing with. And then of course when you're done, it will erase quite easily and you can clean up your table. So what I've done is I drew obviously the chessboard, and I've set, before I put the pieces on, I drew the chessboard, and I also wrote in some word categories. So there's word categories like sport, names, food, months, weather, time, colors, brands. I mean, the list goes on and on. Up here, I got more into linguistics. I put nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, portmanteaus, pronouns, homophones. So there's all sorts of different categories. Now, what I did that you might want to consider, and I believe some of you might know how to do this even better than me, is I wanted to make it fair to both players. So what I put onto this side has been mirrored for the other player. So the players are going to encounter the same things. So for example, if I wrote in the white spaces on this side, as I did, vehicles, city, language, country, in the same row on the opposite side facing the other player in the black spaces, I put those same categories. So what you want to do to make it really simple is on this side, you fill in the white spaces of a row, and then you go to the other side and write those same words on the black spaces of that same row. And then you come back here and do the black spaces of this row, and then you go over there and do the white spaces of that row, or something like that. That keeps it really simple. I'm sure you can figure out a better, faster way to do that later. So and this, another reason this is really cool for your language learning is because you can adapt this to the level of the player. So obviously you can make more advanced categories if you're more advanced, or you can make easier categories if you're less advanced. You could also make the black space categories harder and the white space categories easier if you have two very different level players. I mean, in terms of their language learning level with their target language. So how does it work when we actually play? Of course, you already need to know how to play chess, but we're just basically going to add 1 or 2 simple rules, and that is, before you move to the place that you want, you have to speak a word in your target language in that category. So for example, if I want to move this pawn up to the art space, then I have to name a certain kind of art. Maybe it could be painting, drawing, sketching, sculpture, maybe digital animation or design, something like that. I have to be able to say that in my target language. What's going to happen is I say that word in my target language, and my opponent, or maybe some kind of judge or referee or a teacher at the table, is going to vet me and judge if whether what I have said passes or not. Is it correct or not? If they agree that what I've said is good, then I can go ahead and move there. And obviously, if a piece is there, I'm going to take that piece, just as I would in normal chess. However, if they challenge me and they say what I have said is not right, then we basically go into a challenge mode where we have to check that word, we have to look it up. Whoever loses the challenge loses a piece. So if I lose the challenge, I have to destroy this piece. I have to take it off the table. And if they lose the challenge, they have to pick one of their pieces and destroy it immediately. Again, there can be a lot of house rules. Maybe you want to think of different ways to do this. Maybe you want it to be so that I can choose which one of my pieces I destroy if I lose a challenge. It doesn't necessarily have to be that one. Or maybe you want to make it so if the challenger loses, you get to keep your piece there, and you also get to choose one of their pieces to destroy. So you can have fun with that, adapting this game to be exactly how you like. Well, that's it for today. I know I didn't explain this in incredible detail, but I think it's a very fun and simple idea, and if you'd like, we can talk more about it in the comments section. Just to let you know a little bit more about what I do before you go, I'm interested in creating unique and novel ideas to support our language learning. I'm very into card games, board games, tabletop games, and fantasy-themed stuff. So if you like that style of learning, again, I want to warmly welcome you to like and subscribe and tune in to my latest videos. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next time at Legendary Language Learner. Bye-bye.